I heard someone ask someone once, what does it mean to be a man? And I overheard that, but I thought that's a really interesting question. I think that nowadays it has lots of different definitions. Some are, blown out of proportion, some completely wrong, in my view. And I think it's important that we have a clear definition because really there's a whole generation of people, young men, growing up not knowing, what's a man, the masculine wise. So I thought I'd put my video out there and, see if anything sticks with y'all. And if it does, great. If not, oh well. So, to me, being a man, person masculine, there's nothing toxic about it. You got toxic traits in anything. So to say toxic masculinity, you also have to include toxic femininity. I know that's going to trigger a lot of people, but that's just truly how I feel. So, but then with masculinity, there's also the over-embellished. There are those who think that, for example, helping those who are in a weakened state is not as masculine. You constantly push ahead, which is true, you do push ahead, but in my view, a masculinity is extremely important also to help others along the way. The strongest people pick people up. They don't put them down. And that's extremely true. You think about others, not just yourself. Yes, you're the man. You are supposed to, take care of the situation. But don't ever confuse that, taking care of the situation, with, kicking other situations, making others worse. Being a man does not mean constantly having never show your emotions, never accept your emotions too. Unfortunately, there is a very large percentage of all suicides are male. And I believe that is because with men, we are always told not to show the emotions. It's not manly, show the emotions. It's not manly to get help. And that is to our own detriment. To be a man is the strength to know when you need help also. The strength to know that you're not alone and that it is okay to ask for help. And it is okay to ask others if they need help. That is very important. And lots of times in this society, you have, for example, on the far right, who kind of show that, not by their words necessarily, but by their demeanor. And that's the very tricky thing, but by their demeanor, that asking for help is weakness. And that's disgusting to me. But then asking for help is not, but then you also have folks on the far left who act like chivalry is disgusting, they say. They say, for example, if a man opens up the door for a woman, that is toxic masculinity, and that is putting women down. I think that is absurd. People like to claim that chivalry is dead. Well, it's being killed because a lot of times when people do those things, they are called these horrible things. It's called toxic, they're called misogynistic. It's just being polite. Back in the end, I know a lot of people will agree, but they might be afraid to share this video or something, but a lot of people, grow up if there's a woman that you open the door for the lady, open the car door from, there's nothing bad about that. There's nothing, so men, you should be doing those things. The masculine thing, because there's a natural urge to want to do those things, but not good men. But folks on the far left have tried to demonize it. There's nothing to be demonized about. Every single thing there are toxic traits in, no matter what. Any group, any social structure, there are going to be toxic traits in. That does not mean you call the whole group toxic. And that's having an extremely negative effect on young men who are growing up now in a society where they view themselves as partially toxic. I went through this too, where I was just like, what does it mean? What am I doing? I want to do these nice things, but I'm also then told by society that I'm shunned, don't do that. It's a difficult time. And you have people on both sides of the aisle, extremes, telling you, you're toxic here, or you're weak if you do this. I guess my final thoughts on this are that To be a man, in my view, you gotta follow your heart, and you have the courage to stick to your convictions. And if you truly know something's the right thing, you stick to it. But you also know that the right thing is helping others. That's a major thing too, and that's not weakness. So that's pretty much my sense on like what a man is, and like some issues that are going on in the world of men today in early 2025. And yeah, if you agree with me, please comment. If you disagree, please comment, and please like and share this video. All right, thanks everybody.